Om Shanti. Today, lovely Baba, the ocean of knowledge, Baba reminds us of such an elevated clan which will not exist at any other time in the entire cycle. What is that clan? Which clan do we belong to? It is the most elevated Brahman clan. To the extent your clan is the most elevated and it is great, accordingly, your words, thoughts, and your code of conduct, and your duties and your specialities will definitely be elevated. Because that most elevated great clan is created at this time, that is confluence age, and that clan which is created at this time is based on the power of purity. So we children who are the decoration of this Brahman clan, that is the most elevated clan. So Baba is asking them, what would be the specialities of such children? What are the duties of such children? And they have received the most elevated company at this confluence age, that is the company of the Father. If you are always in the company of the Father, then you will not be influenced by any other company. That is the company of the Maya. So such a great elevated Brahman clan which is there. So Baba again reminds us of their specialities and the duties of the children who belong to such an elevated clan. Let's listen to Baba's Murli. Today's date is 26th August, and let's listen to Baba's versions. The essence is, sweet children, the Father, the ocean of knowledge, has come to rain this knowledge and make the earth green again. Heaven is now being established. In order to go there, you have to belong to the deity community. Question: what main duty do you children who belong to the most elevated clan have? What main duty do you children who belong to the most elevated clan have? What's that? Can we have a response? Can Prakash brother answer? What is the duty of the Brahmin children who belong to that elevated clan? Let's listen to the answer. Answer: it's your constant duty to do elevated spiritual service while sitting here and walking and moving around. It is the duty of you most elevated Brahmins to make Bharat in particular and whole world in general pure. How do you make pure? Based on Srimad, You have to become the father's helpers by following Srimad. And this is the most elevated duty, that is to do spiritual service. And while walking and moving around, you must radiate your vibrations to make the world pure. How do you do that? When you follow Srimad, and you have to become father's helpers by following Srimad. The song, knowledge rains on those who are with the beloved. Of course, we have that rainfall which makes the earth green again, and this knowledge also makes human beings or souls very happy and peaceful. Om Shanti. The spiritual father is the ocean of knowledge. Therefore, the spiritual father explains to you, sweetest spiritual children who are with him, which father he is. Which father is the ocean of knowledge? It is Shiv Baba. Brahma Baba is not called the ocean of knowledge. How clear the difference is explained. Shiv Baba is the one called Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. One is the physical father, and the other is the spiritual father from beyond this world. One is the father of this body, and the other is the father of the souls. These matters have to be understood very well. That one is the ocean of the knowledge who speaks this knowledge. There is only one God for everyone, and similarly, it's not like we have different gods for different religions. Baba tells there is only one God, there is only one for everyone. Similarly, only that one can give this knowledge. Because the ocean of knowledge is one Father. However, the things that people read in the scriptures and the Gita, etc., and the devotion that they do are not of this knowledge. The knowledge doesn't rain through those things, and this is why Bharat has completely dried up. It has become bankrupt. When there is no rain, all the land completely dries up, and that is the path of devotion. That cannot be called the path of knowledge, because on the path of devotion we always do rituals, we visit pilgrimages, then we chant, we rotate the beads of the rosary. So Baba says that is not the path of this knowledge. And what knowledge is required? The knowledge which is given by the ocean of knowledge, that is, he explains about the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end of the cycle, and he transforms the Tamo Pradhan world into the Sato Pradhan world. Heaven is established with this knowledge, and there in the golden age the land is always green, it never dries up. This study is of knowledge. The God, the Father, gives you this knowledge and makes you into a deity community. The God inspires you, imbibe divine virtues. The Father has told you that He is the Father of all souls. However, because of not knowing me or my task, human beings have become very impure and unhappy orphans, and they continue to fight among themselves. And Baba gives this good example. When there is no father in a family, children always fight among themselves. Then they asked, "Don't you have a father? Why are you fighting? Why are you quarreling?" So Baba says, at this time too, no one in the world knows the Father, and because they don't have the Lord or Master, that is why human beings of this world just get into the conflicts. And Baba says, it is at this time no one in the world knows the Father, and because he is not known, there has been so much degradation. By him being known, there will be salvation, and the bestower of salvation for all is one. He is called Baba. His name is always Shiv. His name can never change. When people have renunciation, they change their names. When a girl gets married, her name is changed. This is the system here in Bharat. It's not like that elsewhere. This Shiv Baba is the mother and father of everyone. They even sing, "You are the mother and the father." It's only in Bharat that they call out and say, "There is a lot of happiness due to your mercy." It isn't that God has been having mercy on the path of devotion. No, there isn't that much happiness on the path of devotion. You children know that there is a lot of happiness in heaven, and it's a new world. There is only sorrow in this old world. And the names of those who have died alive very well can be changed. Just like how Avyakt Bab Dada sent those new names to all the children who had completely detached their intellect from this old world. However, Maya just defeats them. Then they become Shudras from Brahmins, and this is why Baba no longer changes their names. There is no rosary of Brahmins. You children belong to the most elevated clan. You do elevated spiritual service. Does your intoxication rise? We belong to the most elevated Brahman clan, and how elevated service we do. While sitting here and while walking and moving around, you serve Bharat in particular and the world in general, because we give the fathers accurate introduction. You are purifying the world. You are the Father's helpers. Who are you? This is the great title. Who are you? You are Father's helper. You are the helpers of God. To become helper of God, it's not an ordinary thing. You help by following the Father's Srimad. Only this Bharat will become a pure land. You say, we purify this Bharat every cycle and rule in the pure Bharat. We are changing from Brahmins into future deities, and there is this variety form image, and the children of Prajapita Brahma are Brahmins. There can only be Brahmins when Prajapita Brahma is there in front of them. At that time only the creation of Brahmins takes place. Now you are personally in front of him, each of you, considers yourself to be a child of Prajapita Brahma. Do you consider? Do you consider? Yes. Very nice. Baba says this is a tactic by considering yourselves to be his children. You become brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters must never have criminal vision. Now, the Father is issuing an ordinance. You have become, you have been impure for 63 births. Now, if you want to go to that pure world of heaven, you must become pure. Would you like to go? Yes. So Baba tells, become pure. Because impure souls cannot go there. And this is why you call out to me, the unlimited Father, to come. The souls speak through these bodies. Shiv Baba says, I too speak through this body. How else could I come? My birth is divine. In the golden age, there are deities with divine virtues. At this time, there are human beings with devilish traits. Human beings here aren't called deities, no matter who they are. They give themselves big titles. Sadhus call themselves Shri Shri, and they call human beings also Shri because they are pure, and they call themselves Shri Shri when they are human beings. Although they don't indulge in vice themselves, but still they live in the vicious world. In the future, you will rule in that viceless deity world. There too, there are human beings. What's the main difference between the human beings of this world and human beings of that world? The human beings of this world have devilish traits, and human beings of the golden age have divine virtues. So at this time, human beings are impure and have devilish traits. Guru Nanak spoke of how God washes the dirty and impure clothes. Guru Nanak also praised the Father. The Father has now come to carry out the establishment and destruction. All other founders of the religion simply establish a religion, they don't destroy other religions. Other religions just continue to expand. The Father now puts a full stop to that growth. He establishes one religion and inspires the destruction of all the innumerable religions. According to the drama, this has to happen. The Father says, I inspire the establishment of the original eternal deity religion. I give teachings for this. In the golden age, none of those innumerable religions exist. It is fixed in the drama for all of those souls to return home. No one can prevent destruction. Only after destruction takes place can there be peace in the world. Because Now, this is the community of devilish human beings. All are tamopradhan, all are impure, and the unrighteous, irreligious acts just continue to happen. So, Baba says, after destruction, only the gates to heaven open through this war. You can even write this great war, that is Mahabharata, also took place in the previous cycle. When you have an exhibition inaugurated, you must also write down, the Father has come. The Father has come from the supreme abode in order to inaugurate heaven. The Father says, I, Heavenly God, the Father, have come to inaugurate heaven. However, I only take help from children in order to make them into the residents of heaven. How multi-million times fortunate we are, where we have got that opportunity to be with the Father to transform this world in general and Bharat particular. So who else would purify all of these souls? There are many souls. Explain this in every home. You people of Bharat were Sato Pradhan. Then while taking 84 births, you became Tamo Pradhan. Baba just reminds us. Now become Sato Pradhan once again. Man Manabhav. Don't say that you don't believe in the scriptures. You must just let your mind remember Baba. Don't say directly that you don't believe in scriptures. Tell them that we used to believe in the scriptures and the path of devotion, but the night of the path of devotion is now ending. The day begins with this knowledge. Now the Father has come to grant salvation. You need great tact to explain to others. Some are able to imbibe this very well, and others are little less. Good children can explain well at exhibitions. Just as the Father is the teacher, so his children too have to become teachers. So, what should you children do? You must also become teachers to explain to others. Just like Father explains to, just like how Baba explains to us children, it's our duty to explain to others. It is said the Sadguru takes you across. The Father is called True Baba because he establishes the land of truth. And it is Ravan who establishes the land of falsehood. Can mothers respond? It is Ravan who establishes the land of falsehood. Now that we have found the one who grants salvation, why should we do devotion? It is the many gurus who teach devotion. It's also said that when the role of doing devotion comes to an end, then you receive this knowledge, and that is the time when the Father comes to grant salvation. And it is many gurus who teach devotion. There is only one Satguru. It is said that Satguru is the immortal one, yet many continue to become gurus. There are many types of guru and sannyasis, etc. The six speak of Satguru, the immortal one. That means the one who never experiences death. Human beings experience death. The father says, Man Manabhav. Those people then say, chant the Lord's name, you will receive happiness. There are two main terms. Who is the Sahab? That is, one is Supreme Soul. You must remember him so that you will experience happiness. There are two main terms. The Father says, remember me, the Lord, chant the Lord's name. There is only one Lord. Guru Nanak also referred to him when he said, chant the name of that one. In fact, you don't have to chant anything, just remember him. When do you say you have to chant? When you repeatedly utter the names of something like Om Namah Shivaya or the Rama, only when you just chant that name or take that name repeatedly. So Baba says it's not about the matter of chanting someone's name. You have to remember the Father so that you receive his power. So don't say anything with your mouth. You don't even have to say that Shiv, Shiv. You have to go to the land of silence. Now, if you just utter those words and your mind and intellect just wander everywhere, then what's the result? That is why Baba frequently reminds that the mantra is Man Manabhav. Your mind and intellect must be focused. So now you remember the Father. There is only the one mantra that cannot be chanted, and it is the Father who teaches it to you. People ring so many bells and they make so much noise in singing songs of praise. They sing many songs. They say that Achatam Keshavam. They sing so many songs. But Baba says, though they sing many songs, they don't understand the meaning of even one of them because they consider everyone to be one. Only the Father who gives happiness, because he's the ocean of happiness, so he's the only one who can give happiness. He is also called Vyas. He gives you knowledge that he has. So he is the one who also gives happiness. You children understand that your stage now has to ascend. The different degrees have been portrayed in the picture of the ladder. At present, no degrees remain. It is said, I am without virtue, I have no virtues. They themselves accept and they say that I don't have any virtues. There is an organization called Nirgun Balak, that is children without virtue. Now the Father says, children are like great souls, they don't have any defects. People then gave that organization that name, that is Nirgun Balak. If children have no virtues, then nor do their fathers. All have defects. Only the deities are virtuous. The number one defect is not to know the Father. Baba tells the number one weakness is not to. What is that? Baba makes it clear. Just listen what Baba says. The number one defect is to not to know the Father. Who is my Father? When I myself don't know about my Father, what can I be called? The second defect is to flounder in the ocean of poison. So the Father says, you have been floundering for half a cycle. Now, I, the ocean of knowledge, I am taking you to the ocean of milk. I am giving you the teachings so that you can be taken to the ocean of milk. Baba says, I come and sit next to this soul. Who's beside? Baba tells he comes and sits beside Brahma Baba's soul. Baba says, Shiv Baba says, I'm free. I can come and go at any time. Because because Baba doesn't have his own body, he just comes in Brahma Baba's body and just goes away. When you offer food to a departed soul, you are offering food to a soul. That body has already been burnt, it can't even be seen. You consider that food to be a special offering of bhog for that particular soul. That soul is then invoked. This too is part of the drama. Now this that season is going to come. Sometimes that soul comes, sometimes he doesn't. Some come and tell them how they are, others don't. Here too, when a soul is called, he comes and speaks. But he doesn't tell you he has taken birth at such and such a place. He just says, I'm very happy I have taken birth in a good home. The children who took this knowledge well would have gone to a good home. Those who took less knowledge would receive a lower status. However, they do have happiness. Is it better to become a king or a servant? What would you like to become? It's far better to become a king. You must say it. Then Baba becomes so happy that all his children are kings. In the world also, the father becomes happy only when his children are worthy or they get very good positions. So Baba also becomes very happy. So what you have to do if you want to become a king, it doesn't happen just like that. So Baba says, if you want to become a king, you have to become busy in this study. The study which is being taught at this time, the Srimad which is given at this time, the teachings which are given at this time, you must always focus your mind and intellect in that one father. Baba tells this world is very dirty. The company of the world is called bad company. Why is it called bad company? Because they are vicious, they are tamo pradhan, they are influenced by these vices, that is lust, anger, greed, arrogance, and hatred. So this is called bad company. Only the company of the one takes you across, everyone else drowns you. The Father knows the horoscope of each one. This is the world of sin, and this is why people call out, take us somewhere else away from this world. The Father says, sweetest children, belong to me and then follow my directions. How Baba tells very sweetly that children, belong to me and then follow my directions. This is a very dirty world. There is corruption, there is fraud of hundreds of thousands of rupees. When this Murli was spoken, there was not corruption to that extent. So Baba's Murli makes us realize that uh, these are spoken according to the present time. So Baba tells Baba, the Father has now come to make you children into the masters of heaven. Therefore, you should have limitless happiness. In fact, this is the true Gita. This knowledge will later disappear. You have this knowledge now, but it will have disappeared when you take your next birth. At that time, there is the reward. The Father is teaching you in order to make you into the most elevated beings. So, when you want to become elevated beings, you must ensure that you have that kind of dharna that must be seen in your behavior, your qualities, virtues. So you now know the Father. Ask those who go on the pilgrimage to Amarnath, how could the one who is shown in the subtle region exist here in the corporeal world? Mountains, etc., exist here. How could anyone impure sit there in the subtle region and give knowledge to Parvati? They sit and make that idol of eyes with their hands. They could create that anywhere. Human beings just stumble around so much. They don't understand from where Parvati could come to Shankar so that he could purify her. Shankar is not God, he is a deity. So much is explained to human beings, and yet they don't understand. They cannot become those with divine intellects. So many people come to the exhibitions. They say, this knowledge is very good. Everyone should receive it. Tell them, oh, at least you should take it first. Then they reply, they don't have the time. But they say that this knowledge must be taken by everyone. Also, write at exhibitions that the Father is inaugurating heaven before the war takes place. The gates to heaven will open after destruction. The Baba says, write on every picture. What should be written? The Paralaukik Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, Trimurti God Shiva speaks. When you don't write Trimurti, they say God is incorporeal. How can he give this knowledge? It is then explained, this one was at first beautiful, he was Sri Krishna. He has now become an ugly human being. You are now being made into deities from human beings. Then, history has to repeat. It is said that it didn't take God long to change human beings into deities. Then they come down the ladder and become human beings. The Father then comes and makes them into deities. How the cycle just continues. The Father says, I have to come. I come at the confluence of every cycle. To come, to say that I come in every age is wrong. When one cycle comes to an end, Baba comes at that confluence age of that cycle. So Baba says, I come at the confluence age and make you into the charitable souls. Then Ravan makes you into sinful souls. Only the Father changes this old world and makes it new. These matters have to be understood. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, good morning from the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to you, spiritual children. We spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, Namaste to the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The essence for dharna, the first one, become a teacher like the Father. Remove everyone from this land of falsehood with great tact and make them worthy of going to the land of truth. Second, the company of the world is bad company. Therefore, move away from this bad company. Stay in the company of the one who is the truth.
एक सत्य का संग करना है उच्च पद
In order to claim a high status, become busy
में
in this study and
एक
follow the
आत्मा
directions of the one Father.
पर ही चलना है वरना
Today's blessing.
अपना सब कुछ
May you offer everything you have for service as an incognito donor and a charitable soul.
दुखदाई पुण्य आत्मा बन दुखदाई
Baba says that also must be incognito. Whatever service you do, continue to offer that for world benefit.
कल्याण के लिए अर्पित करते चलो
On the
ऐसे
path of devotion,
ये जो
incognito charitable souls think that they should donate everything for the benefit of everyone.
कि सर्व के भले प्रति हो और दुखदान ऐसा दान
And
दाहिने हाथ से दान
your
करें
donation must be so incognito that whatever donations, whatever you do with the right hand, the left hand should not even know, which means whatever we do, even we should not even describe, or it should not even come in our
ऐसे
thoughts that we have done
बारंबार
something.
करते रहे
So in the same way, let your every thought you have,
कभी अपने
let that be offered for service.
कामना नहीं
Never have any desire for doing something for yourself. You should not think that, Baba, I want
सबकी
this
सेवा
for the service that I do.
स्वार्थ भावना से भी
So
नहीं
you should not have any
जो
uh,
सेवा
anything, you should not have any wish while doing service.
ये
Do
सेवा
service for everyone.
नहीं है
Any service that becomes an obstacle is not said to be the true service. Therefore, let go of doing anything for yourself
सच्चे
and serve as a true incognito server and continue to benefit the world.
कल्याण करते चलो स्लोगन
Slogan.
हर बात
Surrender everything to God.
अर्पण कर दो
Then you will experience any difficulties to come to be easy.
सहज अनुभव होंगी हर बार प्रभु अर्पण कर
Surrender everything to God so that you will experience any difficulties to come to be easy.
होंगी अव्यक्त इशारे
Avyakt signal.
सहज योगी बनना है
In order to become an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love.
आदिकाल
At the beginning of the day, from Amrit Vela, imbibe God's love completely in your heart.
आत्म प्यार को संपूर्ण रूप से धारण कर लो अगर
When your heart is full of God's love, God's powers, and God's knowledge, your attachment and love will not go to anyone else.
पूर्ण होगा तो कभी और किसी भी तरफ लगाव या स्नेह नहीं जा सकता फिर आप में शक्तियों में ज्ञान में डूब
When you are full with God's love, powers, and His knowledge, when you have true love for the Father, the sign of true love is to be equal and karmathit. Do everything while being Karavanhar, the one who makes everything happen, and make others to do the same. Never do anything while under the influence of your mind, intellect, and sanskars.
कोई भी कर्म नहीं करो दादी जी की विशेषताएं
Let's listen to Dadi G's specialities.
समय और एनर्जी को सफल करने वाली
The one who utilizes time and energy successfully while living in the Vanaprastha stage. Dadi Ji always used her time and energy successfully. She always kept in mind that we are all Vanaprasthi now, the ones who go beyond sound. We should not waste our time in useless talks or activities. But at the same time, we are not silent Babas either.
हम कोई मौनी बाबा नहीं है।
We have to perform our
हमें
duties on the field
कर्म
of work.
क्षेत्र पर कर्म तो करने ही
The
हैं।
signs of a yogi should be
कर्म
visible in our
क्षेत्र में
life while performing our
योगी
duties.
के लक्षण हमारे जीवन में दिखाई देंगे। हमें अपनी स्थिति अचल
We have to make our stage unshakable, immovable, stable, unbroken, and obstacle free because we have to uplift all the sinners and ahalyas also.
पापियों का अहिल्याओं का भी उद्धार करना है। किसी से भी
We shouldn't
बैर
have enmity, opposition, hatred, etc. with anyone.
नफरतदारी नहीं रखनी है। ये थी दादी की प्रैक्टिकल
This was Dadi G's practical. This was her original dharna.
ऐसा ही हम सब भी स्वयं में
We
करें
also must imbibe this
तो जल्दी
so that
एक बाप समान
we will be able to become equal to the Father and become karmatit. Then we will make all the arrangements to return home. Om Shanti.
एक सूचना है।
There is an announcement.
आज शाम को कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल में दादी जी के
This evening in Conference Hall, on the occasion of 18th Remembrance Day of Dadi G,
व्यक्तियों का जो आबू रोड डे है
all the eminent dignitaries of the Abu Road,
इसके
the
निमंत्रण है
program has been
मीटिंग
arranged.
ये आनंद भवन से दोपहर 12 बजे से पहले आप प्राप्त कर सकते हैं।
You can get the folders from Education Wing.
शांतिवन निवासियों को भी हार्दिक
All
निमंत्रण
the
है।
residents of Shantivan have been invited.
युवा गाड़ी डायमंड हॉल के आने जाने के रास्ते में खड़ी है। कार नंबर है MH46A X8100। वहाँ से कृपया तुरंत हटा लीजिए। डायमंड हॉल के कोई भी गेट के सामने आने जाने के रास्ते में कृपया गाड़ी खड़ा ना करें क्योंकि आने जाने वालों को असुविधा होती है। आज शाम का योग दादी जी मीटिंग हॉल करेंगे।
Today's evening yoga will be in Dadi Ji's meeting hall, and tomorrow's Amrit Vela and Murli class will be in conference hall.
और अभी हमारे हरीश भाई मोहल जी
We have Harish Moel brother who will sing a song,
और हम सभी बाबा
and we will remember Baba.
ओम शांति।
याद बहुत आती हो, याद याद बहुत आती हो.
Let's listen to the teachings of respected Janki Dadi G.
बेचारा मन
The
भटकता
restless
रहता
mind
है,
keeps wandering and the intellect struggles to focus on what's
बुद्धि
right, what's
एकाग्र
wrong.
होकर के राइट क्या है रॉन्ग क्या है उस पर सोचने की उसको शक्ति नहीं है. बुद्धि को इस पर एकाग्रता चाहिए.
The intellect needs concentration
सत्य झूठ को समझने के लिए
to
बुद्धि को
grasp the
अंदर जाए,
difference between
अंदर
the truth and the
एकाग्र हो
lies.
जाए,
The intellect needs a moment to reflect.
अंदर इन आंखों से देखो.
It is the inner eyes that
बुद्धि से
see and
जानने
the
पड़ जाता
intellect
है
that
कि ये
knows, even though the physical eyes may be
गलत है
open.
क्या है.
We know.
इसलिए इन आंखों से कहीं यहाँ बैठे हुए मन जहाँ जाएगा आंखें वहाँ बैठी, यहाँ आंखें नहीं देख रही.
Because wherever the mind is, the eyes will be drawn to see that
उसको देखने के
scene.
लिए जानने के लिए बैठे होंगे एक जगह.
Through the body, you may be sitting in one place, but the mind and the heart dwell together within the body. Om Shanti.